Hello and welcome to the next class, children. Good morning, all of you. So, as you know, we have already started the chapter Constitutional Design. So, what are the contents in the chapter we have to do? What is Constitution? Democratic Constitution in South Africa, struggle against apartheid, the end of the policy of the apartheid, towards a new constitution, and Nelson Mandela, about the famous personality Nelson Mandela. In this chapter, we are also going to discuss why do we need a constitution, what are the functions of the constitution, and what are the circumstances under which the Indian constitution was drawn up, and the path to the constitution. And in this chapter, we are also going to discuss what is Constitution Assembly, how Constitution Assembly drawn the Indian Constitution, drafted the Indian Constitution, how Indian Constitution is a living document and it is a detailed drafted constitution, what are the guiding values of the Indian Constitution. These are the contents of the chapter, and we have already started with what is constitution and why do we need constitution. If we go for the definition exact, what do you mean by constitution? So, the constitution of a country is a set of written rules that are accepted by all the people living together in a country. Constitution is a supreme law that determines the relationship among people living in a territory and also the relationship between the people and the government. In this, I have discussed you that it generates a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. India is a secular country, so everybody should have a degree of trust and coordination. Second, it specifies how the government will be constitution and who will have to power to take which the decisions. Third, it lays down limits on the powers of the government and tells on what the rights of the citizen. The government power should not be misused. There is no authority to misuse the power. Their powers are limited. They are answerable towards the citizen. That is only the democracy. And moreover, it safeguards the rights of the people. Fundamental rights are there. It expresses the aspirations of the people about creating a society. So we have discussed this. Then in short, we will see what is apartheid. As you know, it is a system of a racial discrimination on the basis of skin color which existed in South Africa. A large number of white Europeans settled in South Africa during the 17th and 18th century and became their local rulers. If we compare with India, in India also we have seen that how Europeans came and ruled, but they don't interfere in the political affairs of the India. They have not settled here, but the things are different in South Africa. The white rulers, they settled there, they ruled over them there and treated the black as a native people of South Africa. Blacks, the native people of South Africa, they treated them discriminately. This system were particularly oppressive for the blacks. They were segregated everywhere in the train, buses, parks, toilets, even in the churches. The white area is totally separate and the black area is totally separate, and the white dominated the black. Since 1950, non-whites fought against the apartheid system. They formed African National Congress ANC for the purpose. Even the sensitive whites joined the ANC to oppose apartheid. But the white racist government continued to rule by torturing and killing thousands of black and colored people. So here you can see here that how black people, the own native people, are dominated and tortured by the minorities, white rulers. So apartheid is a system of racial discrimination on the basis of skin color. An African national government, for this purpose only, in 1950, the non-whites fought against this apartheid. So it's an umbrella organization, ANC. So you can see the pictures over here that how the domination and the areas has been divided, and the captions are written over there. European hospital, non-European hospital. So here comes the famous personality. First president, black president of South Africa, who spent 28 years of imprisonment, walked out of the jail as a free man. And in the midnight of 26 April 1994, the new national flag of Republic of South Africa was unfurled. Let's talk something about this famous personality. He was born in July 18 in 1918 and died in December 5th, 2013. Imprisonment he got in 1964 to 1990. President of South Africa from 1994 to 1998. And he has married and have 6 children. Moreover, he is a black nationalist and first democratically elected black president of South Africa. After joining the ANC, he helped to form the ANC Youth League in a bid increase of youth activism and help end racism. In 1948, apartheid was introduced, stripping black inhabitants of South Africa of their rights and enforcing racial segregation. His negotiations in the early 1990s with South Africa President F.W. de Klerk helped end the country's apartheid system, and he also won the Nobel Prize in 1993. So according to him, what he wanted to say, that I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all the persons live together in harmony with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and achieve, but if needs to be an ideal for which I am prepared to die. This is the Nelson Mandela wordings. If we see towards the new constitution of South Africa, then we'll see a protest and struggle increased, but the white regime changed its policies. Discriminated laws were repealed, ban on political parties and restrictions were media were lifted. And after 28 years of imprisonment, Nelson Mandela walked out of jail as a free man. And at midnight of 26 April 1994, the new national flag of the Republic South Africa was unfurled, marking the newly born democracy in the world. And you know one thing? The South Africa Constitution inspires democracy all over the world. A state denounced for the entire world till recently as the most undemocratic one is now seen as a model of democracy. So this nation is also known as the Rainbow Nation. Why so? Because to transform the bitter experience into a binding glue of Rainbow Nation, speaking on the South African Constitution, he said that the Constitution of South Africa speaks of both the past and the future. So this is the story of South Africa and the path to the Constitution. So in the next lecture, we will start with making of the Indian Constitution, most important topic of this chapter. We will compare it with the South African Constitution and how the making of the South African Constitution took place. And we will compare with the Indian Constitution, how in traumatic situation the Indian Constitution has been drawn, how Constitution Assembly, the leader, Chairman Dr. Ambedkar, Chairman of Drafting Committee. Thank you so much for the class, children.